Hello everyone and welcome back to the New Hampshire Business Show. My name is Chris Pastrana and today we're here with Mariko Huette of Ugoki LLC. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Good.
So let's get started. Tell me a little bit about yourself and the business.
Well, my name is Mariko and I own a small business in Merrimack called Ugoki. And it's I specialize in massage. I'm a licensed massage therapist, and we offer several different types of classes, massage therapy, and workshops. The word Ugoki means movement in Japanese. I'm half Japanese, and so that's kind of where it came from. And it also can mean development and change, and so that's kind of our philosophy or theory, if you want to put it.
Yeah.
And so the I specialize in Thai massage, and I also do cupping massage and IASTM massage.
Okay, so what's that?
Which one? All three.
The last one.
No, the IASTM. IASTM. Speak slower, right? Okay, so instrumental assisted soft tissue.
Okay.
A lot of people have probably heard of like Graston technique. I know that's more for physical therapists.
Mm-hmm.
But gua sha, which is an ancient Chinese technique, really kind of came from there. It's the same as cupping, which is actually started in Egyptian time way back, but the Chinese kind of own it. People relate to it more of Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
But it's a tool that you use to release the soft tissue, the connective tissue, and bring superficial circulation.
Okay.
So those are kind of my three main categories of massage that I do. So for example, cupping, what I do is it's not traditional Chinese cupping where they place the cups on specific meridian points. What I do is I use the cups, the suction of the cups, and then I move the soft tissue. So instead of like pushing into a tight muscle, like if you have tightness here and you have someone like really dig in and it's like, people are like sore, they're like, I don't like deep tissue, it hurts. But instead what it does is it lifts the tissue up. And so what I do is I lift the tissue up and then move it, and then it brings superficial circulation.
Okay.
And then I can get in deeper, usually with people having, less discomfort during the session.
Okay.
So the IASTM is what I do is instead of pulling it, you use a tool. It looks like a blade. It looks a little scary, but it doesn't hurt at all. And what you do is you do like almost a scraping motion. So it releases the adhesions and the connective tissue that might be kind of stagnant or blocked. Then I can do my Thai massage.
Okay.
So then that brings it back to the Thai massage, which is really what I specialize in. I specialize in clinical work, clinical Thai massage, and that is done on a mat. And so you have gym clothes on, non-restrictive clothes on, and it's a lot of it's traditional Thai movements, so a lot of stretching and traction, and I combine that with trigger point work, which is really more Western. But interestingly, trigger points and a lot of the like Chinese meridians and everything kind of come together when you look at a map. So there's something behind there because they both figured that there's related pain patterns and so forth. The Thai people, they believe that where you have stagnation in your body, that's where you have pain, and it becomes stagnant. Like if you have a knot, then within that muscle, it's not flowing, right? The circulation, the muscles aren't functioning correctly. And so that's stagnant. And where there's stagnation, that's where illness comes from. That's kind of an illness can, it can mean like, okay, now your shoulder hurts, so you don't do anything, and then your health goes downward. It can mean many different things. So in Thai massage, there's a lot of stretching and movement, and I like to say destagnifying, get that energy moving and heal, so your body can heal and you can be pain-free. If you're pain-free, you can move better. And when you can move better, then you can live a more productive life, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right. So, I think that's where like Ugoki, the whole idea of Ugoki is, right? So if you can move better, it's like the whole movement of energy, not just like physical, like, my shoulder hurts, but your energy, everything. And that's where our classes come in. So we have classes, we have Qigong and Tai Chi.
Okay.
And so people are more familiar with Tai Chi generally, right? Because of the image of, the Chinese people in the park and so forth. And some people ask me like, well, what's Qigong? I haven't heard of that. But actually Qigong is Qi, which is Qi, which is energy, is really the fundamental of that kind of martial art. Tai Chi is really more the martial art form. And so when you're practicing Tai Chi, you are practicing Qigong, because Qigong is the breath work and the moving of the energy through the through the motions, through the structured movements.
Okay.
And then we have yoga, Vinyasa Flow Yoga, and I do what I like to call a roll and go class, which is uses precision therapy balls and bands for trigger point work. I teach you how to treat yourself so that you can maintain, the idea is that you don't have to rely on me, right?
Yeah.
Or so that you can go and you can help yourself and move better and feel better and be happier. Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting approach to it.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of, well, I shouldn't say a lot of doctors, I wouldn't know. But, the idea of teaching you how to take care of yourself is kind of maybe against the point of the business.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting
no,
approach.
and I've had clients ask me that, because I'll teach them, I'll give them, I'll show them stuff and with the balls and stretches and they're, my friends are like, well, what are you going to do when all your clients feel better and they don't need you anymore? And I'm like, but that's the whole idea, is that they can feel better. I mean, how many people do you know that don't have any pain at all? Yeah. Not a lot, right? Yeah. I'm not going to be shortage of people that need my services. So for me, if let's say you come in and you feel better when you leave, you're more likely to tell people that, wow, I feel better now. And if your back hurts or whatever, you should really go and see her, rather than saying, well, I've been going there for 2 years for two times a week. And I feel better when I leave, but it doesn't last.
Yeah.
Right? The whole idea is that muscle memory doesn't last a week. So hence PT, which is covered by insurance, they usually schedule you in like 2 or 3 times a week, right? Because before the muscle memory kicks in, they can fix that. And that's why people feel better when they see PT, and they actually don't, a lot of people don't feel like they have to go back. It's kind of it's sad, and this is where I want to get the word out more about massage therapy. People tend to look at massage therapy more as a luxury. Yeah. And so even if they go because they have a problem, they usually schedule, maybe if you're lucky, they'll come back once a week, or it's going to be longer. Mostly because probably the cost and the idea again that I'm just doing this to feel better and not really get rid of something. Well, the muscle memory doesn't last that long. So you come in with a shoulder problem, I work on you, you come in next week, we have to backtrack a little bit. Yeah. So it's a much slower progression. But if I can teach you what points we found and what muscles and imbalances you have, and then you can work on yourself between the time you see me next, then it's forward moving, right? Yeah. You're always forward moving. And then when you're ready, or then I can suggest the like the different classes that would be appropriate for to again help maintain all of that healthy lifestyle.
Nice, it's pretty cool. I like it.
No.
Yeah. I like the approach. How do I go about this? Because I've had a couple of massages. I'm not a huge fan of massages. I'm weird about people touching me, but they're nice. And you're right. People do approach it from like a luxury standpoint. They're like, oh, it'd be kind of nice to get a massage, just kind of treat myself. Yeah. But when you actually go to the extent of taking care of your body, it has a lot of really good health benefits. Yes.
So, yeah, absolutely. And I that's another reason why I like doing the Thai massage is, first of all, you're fully clothed. Yeah. And so it's not like you're going to leave feeling like a sardine, and like all oiled up. I mean, I do have to use an oil for when I do the cupping and the ISTM, but it's different, because it's kind of comes, it's not like It's just like rubbing oil,
Yeah.
getting oil all over your body. And also, so for people that feel uncomfortable, I mean, a lot of people would like, I mean, they could, like you said, they could really benefit from massage, but it's just that like feeling of someone, like, I don't know, massage-y feeling. They don't go. Like my father was like that, and his doctor kept telling him that he really needs a massage for he was having like some shoulder issues, and and so he's like, oh well, they keep telling me, and so finally he went to see a deep tissue massage therapist, and he was like the whole time he was lying there, he just couldn't wait to get up and leave.
Yeah.
So because he's so tense, he's not really receiving the massage, and so it didn't help. And then he's like, what didn't help, and I'm like, yeah, well, of course it didn't. You have to be comfortable. Your body has to be comfortable in receiving it for it to really benefit.
Yeah.
And with Thai massage, it's very different. It's very close work, of course, any massage is, but the touch is different, right? Mm-hmm. So it's different from someone like really, like just, I don't know, that like feely feeling.
Yeah.
It's not like that. A lot of it's just more pressure and then movement.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of clients that probably wouldn't go to a massage therapist just because of that. They don't, not a big fan sort of thing.
Yeah.
But when they come and have a Thai massage, they're like, oh, that was really different.
Yeah.
And they feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And then also, I have to admit that a lot of the work I do is not very comfortable.
Yeah.
Because of pain issues.
Yeah.
But of course I work within the person's,
Yeah.
I mean, if they're fighting against me, I can't help them anyway, right? So they have to be, you establish that where you're comfortable at. But I have clients that say, oh, I'm going to, I'm going to get my massage today, and everyone says, oh, you're so lucky, it's so good that you do that for yourself, and they're like, no, believe me, it's not like that. They do it because they feel better afterwards, but it's a commitment. It's definitely not like candles and incense and.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first time I had a massage, which was hysterical, was a Thai massage, and she gets to my left leg, and she presses on one of the muscles, and I'm like, ah. She's like, yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Because like, it's that one muscle. She's like, this one's bad. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. So that was like the joy of the session, was working on that.
Yeah.
Which is hysterical, painful.
Yeah. It's generally yes. I want to say it is painful work to get rid of the stagnation. You have to get rid of it, but and that's why I added the cupping in the IASTM, because the cupping where you can definitely feel as the cups go over where you have tight issues, it will feel a little uncomfortable, but not nearly as much as someone pushing on a trigger point or or something like that. That's going to be like, whoa, it's and you feel an almost immediate relief, because once the circulation is brought there, it's blood that brings the healing to the area. Yeah. And the IASTM doesn't hurt at all. If it hurts, I'm not doing it right.
Yeah.
It's something that should not hurt at all. And that, again, brings the superficial circulation. And then when I go in and work, it's a lot more tolerable. I think my clients are a lot happier that I brought the other modalities into my practice instead of just having to soundproof my walls.
Well, it's good to have like a good bag of tools that you can pick from, and so it's not like, yep, we do this and suffer through the rest. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So it's all my sessions are totally tailored to each person, and generally they come in and we see what's going on, and then it's like, okay, well, let's do this today, or let's do this today, and it's not you're always stuck in a, I don't want to say sequence, but routine like that. It's depending on what's going on with you, and then we together choose what what would be the best thing to do. And so sometimes it's more of the roll and go, and sometimes it's more of the massage, sometimes more cupping, and it varies. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're going for a good bit now. I think so. For some people who haven't gone over cupping before, you want to briefly touch on what that is?
On the cupping massage?
Yeah.
So I always say cupping massage because it is different from Chinese traditional cupping. So the cupping massage, I have a machine that I use, and sounds even worse, right? But so the cupping machine, it's good because I used to do, and I still do sometimes use my hand pump cups. They're plastic and glass cups. They look like little. Some of them look like little cones or little cups. And what you do is the machine is nice because it regulates the pressure, and I can see exactly how much pressure, because sometimes the cups will come off, and if I put it back on, it continues with exactly that pressure. And it has some cool like pump release things to just get, again, like, get rid of that stagnation that might be happening in that area. Fascia has been like the word of whatever now. Everyone knows, like, connective tissue, fascia. And for people that don't, it's, if you simply just imagine that it's like a stocking over everything. Over your organs, your bones, your muscles, everything. It's all over, and there's layers and layers of it. And that, when you have a problem in one part of your body, if you imagine that someone's pulling your shirt here, or there's like a knot, or like a sticky piece of gum, or I don't know, something gross there, then everything gets kind of pulled, right?
Yeah.
So that's connective tissue. That would be dysfunction in your connective tissue. So the cupping is really good because it does get to, it can get to the deeper layers of muscle tissue, but I use it mainly to release that connective tissue. Connective tissue can cause a lot of pain when it's dysfunctional like that. And so if I can at least release that and bring the blood flow to that, then when I get into the dysfunction of the actual muscle, that's why it's a little more comfortable. It's a little more tolerable, because I'm not only, when you go, like you said, your initial Thai massage thing, if your connective tissue is dysfunctional and then you're just going for the muscle, it's like the double pain, right?
Yeah.
So at least if we get one layer happy, it's a little more tolerable to get to the second layer and then take that through movement. You do get some people will, where there's where it's stagnant, or where I want to say more sticky, the machine will lift it and bring circulation, so you do get that bruising look. They say bruising look like it's really like a hickey, because like a hickey, when it's like when you and then it's just the breaking of the superficial capillaries that makes that bruising look. It's not like when you touch it, it's not like a bruise where, a physical bruise where you hit yourself and then it's sore to touch afterwards, right? Because this is being sucked and the vessels are broken. So that can happen. So it's contraindicated for anyone who is like, like really on a lot of blood thinners, or has problems healing from, bruising or cutting. People like that would definitely be contraindicated. But otherwise, for everyone else, it's most people find it very relaxing. Yeah. It's the one time that people actually might fall asleep in my office, because they definitely don't during my Thai session. But yeah, it's a lot of Olympians are doing it now. A lot of sports people, and so you hear about it a lot more. Yeah, I was definitely gonna say it's much more popular. Like, I forget who I spoke to about this before, but a lot of like actresses and like Hollywood people are doing it. So it's kind of hitting like the celebrity circle and stuff. Yeah. So it's people know about it more, but it's cupping massage, a little different from your traditional, where they have a fire and then they, with the heat, and then the suction of the heat causes, and that's more on, like on specific spots, and they leave it on specific spots. And I don't think actually massage therapists can get covered for when they use fire in New Hampshire. I'm not quite sure, but
that might, I don't know. I can see that being interesting.
Yeah,
someone walks up to you with a glass and some fire, and be like,
face down, don't look up. Yeah, don't mind the burning smell. I'm just cleansing the room. But you'd have to know. I mean, that you'd really have to. You want to go to a Chinese medicine person for that. Chinese physician for that, because those are specific points, and there's a lot of like meridian work involved and things like that. So, yeah.
Right. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. So you guys said you were in Merrimack, but where? About what?
Right off exit 11.
Okay.
Across the TD Bank. So
Awesome.
It was like 15 minutes from here. Cut
Yeah.
through Turkey Hill, and yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So people who are interested in joining you and trying some of this out, how do they get a hold of you?
They can go to ugokinh.com. What's that? Well, I can't even spell my company name,
No,
can
it's
I?
fine. I mean, I can link to it, so I have to spell it out.
Yep. Or they can. They can definitely book. I have a booking app on that, so they can just book directly. If they want to ask me any questions, then they can call me. The phone number it's all on my website, or email me. But I'm not really quick at getting back to my email, so calling's probably the best.
Yeah, that was funny. Okay, so thanks for joining us. It's been a lot of fun, and I think we learned a lot about massage, and so I think that's pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Okay, awesome. Not as scary as you thought.
No.
Thank you guys so much for watching and joining us today. That is going to be it. So everyone have a great week.